Okay, so look at Crysis 3 at 21:9. So it doesn't need a mod to run at 21:9, and it does so pretty well with just a few issues. So the gameplay scales to fit 21:9, extending to show you more on the sides. The main menu and in-game menus are all the 16:9 versions, however, because they fade to black on the sides anyway, they don't look out of place on a 21:9 screen, and that's great. So the loading screens are a mix of stretched and black barred 16:9 versions again, but again, no real issues here. The HUD shifts correctly to the sides of the screen, however at 21:9 there are some stretching issues, such as the screen camera lens glare thing effect. It stretches to work at 21:9, which I suppose is the only way that I can think that it could work anyway, but it just seems slightly odd and it might annoy some people, but I believe you can turn it off, so that shouldn't really be an issue for anyone. Main cutscenes are 16:9 with black bars, which is definitely better than having them stretched or cropped, but again, not as good as having them at 21:9, and so it's always going to be frustrating until that comes around. However, thankfully the small in-game cutscene moments when you briefly lose control but you don't really cut out of the game, these moments remain in 21:9, which is lovely. Now, the main issue with this game is the FOV. There is no FOV slider, so it is awkward to set a custom one. There are two ways to change it as well, and that's why I wanted to show off this game at the standard FOV, as most people want to stick with what it is, but the later part of this video I'll have the higher FOV at about the 5-minute mark, so you can compare the two. Now the standard FOV is not horrific, but I suddenly felt that I wanted an increased number. Now the annoying point with the FOV is that you have a max of 80, which personally I actually found that 70 was the best, but some people are going to want higher FOVs and having a max of 80 might seem limiting. Now it must also be noted that this is vertical not horizontal FOV, so there are some differences. Anyway, details on how to do the FOV hacks are in the description. Now, unfortunately, I could only get one to work, which is the console one. So if anyone knows how to do the permanent fix, then please comment and I'll add it to the description. It'd be lovely to have a fully fleshed out details on how to do the FOV hacks on this video. Now, on the performance of this game, it is one hell of a difficult game to run. I recorded this at everything sort of medium settings, FXAA and high textures. This was however just to ensure a steady FPS at 60, and I know I could increase a few settings, but on the whole at 21:9 you are looking at around medium settings for anyone on about a 970. If you want to be hitting ultra settings, you're going to be needing that 980 Ti or some serious SLI builds. Now, on this note as well, if you're going to increase your FOV, I actually didn't find that it affected my FPS too much, but then I was on medium settings, and so I could afford to lose some FPS. I was going to around 70 to 80 when I was on the standard FOV, so when I increased the FOV, I maintained above 60 FPS, but if you're already pushing 60, you are going to dip lower, so you will need to drop some of your graphic settings. Now, on this point, the game looks absolutely bloody lush at 21:9, even on medium graphics, as anyone should know by now. So if you want to show off a game to any friends about what 21:9 can do for a game, then show them Crysis 3. Even if the gameplay is far from, well, good. I really am not a fan of the game mechanics, but it is a beautiful game, and 21:9 only advances this. Anyway, I hope that gives you some information on how the game runs at 21:9. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and subscribe for future info. For any other games at 21:9, head over to my channel. Hopefully I've covered it. If I haven't, then leave a comment down below and I'll try and cover it. Have a good day.
Power for free, and nobody can compete with free. Before long, they had a monopoly. Bills went up. People had nothing left except their debt. Cell marched them out and into the volunteer camps. Nothing but slavery. Hold up. Minefield. Cells using intelligent munitions means they only blow up unauthorized. There! Sector 1, Delta 0. Sector 1, Delta 2. Got something.
Scanning Sector 1.
That's it. Recon what we have and let's move on to the next sector. Nothing here.
Hitman 4-6. We are Delta 2-0 now, break. Do we have any updates on enemy movements, over?
Fuck the updates!
Negative, Hitman. Situation is unchanged. Stalker activity increasing. Rebel forces as indicated. HVT dropping, moving through sector. How copy?
Good copy.
What's going on here? I'll take a look. Cover me. Bravo! Move up! Move up! He's hunting us!
Don't let him slip through your fingers. Go! Security sweep!
All available.
Psycho, something's disrupting my HUD. I'm gonna see if I can get a fix on it.
Presence detected in sectors 2 Delta 1 through 5. Delta 3 evacuate immediately. NP2 placing units en route.
Calling in the napalm choppers. Give it a push.
Psycho! This train is full of highly explosive material.
Yep. Oh yeah.
This is your plan?
Yeah.
Come on, you bastard!